What's up, gamers? Welcome to SIMplieSims. Sit back, relax, and let's dive into a new world together. For today's video, I have part 5 to our 30-day Create a Sim challenge. I know that these challenges are going to very much be different lengths for each video, so I apologize for some of these videos being extremely long and some of these videos being very, very short. Some of them I'm a little bit more creative with, other ones I am not, just because I am still limited since we are doing base game only. I'm kind of limited to only what Sims has versus the millions of CC that I have. So again, if you guys are interested in me doing a CC version of any of the Sims that I create during the Create a Sim challenge, please let me know in the comments below. Today is a fun sim. Today we are, as you have seen on the title and a lot of my social media posts, day 5 is create a princess. So I thought about going very Cinderella-y with her, in the sense that she's always cleaning, she's always maintaining the house, and she loves animals, and of course she's going to be very, very family-oriented because, you know, Cinderella was in a family, but she wanted to feel a place of belonging. So I feel like that family-oriented trait for Sims kind of goes in that area of, what is it called? Of people who have a group of family and friends who support them and also want to have a place to belong. So I kind of had that idea in mind when I made this sim and I selected the traits that she has, because some of the ones that we got from the story I wasn't really liking, so I decided to change them. And then I was going to change her aspiration to a little bit more something Cinderella-y, but I couldn't find anything that I liked. So I just kept it as like the nerd brain genius smart girl, because of course she's gonna be smart. So and as for hobbies and skills, I did basic hobbies and skills that you would get for you know, somebody who picks up after everybody and who has a lot of alone time. You know, she is a princess. So I tried to do like a modern idea on a princess, but also like fairy tale style. So I hope that that translates and it's not too I don't know, stereotypical like housewife, because that's what I was not trying to do at all. So yeah, and then I just made her very like happy. She loves stories, she loves gossip, she loves to chat and get to know people. She's definitely a friendly person, and she's also a very big romantic. So I wanted her to be single. I didn't want her to already have some sort of partner because she is a princess, which means she has to find a prince in order to get married and become queen, all of that fun stuff. So I kept her as a romantic. And then I kept her with the horse lover trait instead of dogs or cats, because I feel like in a castle you're going to have, of course, dogs and cats, but you will also have horses. And of course, she is a big horse rider. She definitely loves to do that in her free time. So I made sure to have that trait incorporated with her as well, along with her business, or not her business, but her hobbies and skills. My brain gets messed up with that DLC. And then I tried to do a little bit more of like nature soundscapes and romance music, doesn't like spooky music, to try to keep that princess edge. And I think this whole video translates very well with her princess creation. I definitely tried to challenge myself with each of these as well, that I don't alter the skin and the body and the face of each default sim that I get very much, just because I kind of wanted to challenge myself and work with what I'm given. But of course you'll see me go in there every once in a while and I'll change like the size of something or the shade of something, just because I get too overwhelmed in my head and I think that I can do something, and then I know later down the road that I won't be able to translate it the way that I want to in the sim or the build or whatever. So I tried to keep it within my limit but push it as well, because that's kind of what this Create a Sim challenge is all about, doing sims that I never have done or haven't done before or never would have thought to have done. So that is a lot of challenges going into these. And I loved her skin that she came with. I thought it was very beautiful. I just wanted to give a little bit more of depth that was shown very nicely on her skin, and I didn't think the freckles translated very well, so I just did moles and a little bit of vitiligo. And let's see. So with her eyes, I do hate this thing with EA where we can't take the eyelashes off the eyes because whatever reason, like great, awesome eyelashes, but they are awful and I hate them. And I also hate the Maxis Match that came with base game eyelashes because they're just blocky, but they look a little bit better than what you would get with the eye presets. So that was kind of fun to try and mess around with. I changed a little bit of her jaw just to have it sit a bit better how I wanted her to look. And I tried to keep her nose a little bit in the same region of things. I just didn't want to have that as her focal feature because she came with such beautiful lips. So I wanted the lips to definitely be the focal point on her face. Of course, besides the vitiligo that's like pushed in your face and her eyes. But I did want to minimize what everything else kind of drew you to, and kind of have better focus on her eyes and her mouth. Especially her lips, because they're just beautiful. And I love that with the vitiligo, it kind of goes down into the lips, and so we get this very elongated and exaggerated Cupid's bow. Absolutely gorgeous. And then I wanted to do a little bit more bushy eyebrows with her. I am not a huge fan of bushy eyebrows myself, but I know that it can look good on a lot of other people. Just myself, I don't like it. It's just does not suit my face at all. So, and I think the bushy eyebrows kind of fit her face very well as well to give her some contrast. And then just trying to shape them kind of how I wanted them to be, because they just were not sitting where I wanted them to sit. They kind of sat too high and it looked like she was just surprised. So I think I went back and I fixed that head section to see if it could sit better, and what I chose definitely sat better in the way that I wanted her eyebrows to sit. That's all I could do. I couldn't do any more. It wasn't gonna get to where I wanted it to be. So, and then I started thinking about the types of jewelry that she might wear. And when I think of a princess in modern day, at least, definitely like jewels and big, beautiful pieces of earrings and necklaces and bracelets. But of course, we don't have very many of that when it comes to base game Sims. So again, I went with what we have, and I liked these like fruit dangly earrings, and I say fruit because the leaves on them. And then I tried to keep it very white. And you'll see I'll go back and change it later, because as I continue to do everything white, it just looked like she was getting ready for a wedding, and that was not the task for today to complete. So I wanted to give contrast with things, so I started incorporating a bit of like golds and silvers and less diamondy style things. But I think it came out very well because they look so nice with the outfits that I chose. And then of course I gave her a gap in her teeth. I love diversity in teeth. I I am guilty of looking at people's teeth when they talk to me. I don't know why I'm drawn to people's teeth. If they look interesting, or they're a little crooked, or they sit very nicely. I don't know. I'm just drawn to that for some reason, and I like to observe people's teeth. And every person that I always like comment on for their teeth, I always tell them that I'm admiring them and I'm not like judging their teeth at all, because teeth are beautiful. I mean, we have to take severe care of them, but teeth are very beautiful and they're very different. And I don't like the LA smile, stereotypical bright white, pearly white teeth that are super straight and super symmetrical and super just unrealistic and fake. It almost gives kind of uncanny. And that's not to judge anybody who has that done to their mouth, or their teeth are naturally like that. I just personally, it scares me a little bit. It looks a little, it just looks a little fake. It doesn't look natural. Like, teeth, yes, can naturally grow in straight. I am actually one of the people who are grateful that my teeth grew in straight. I never had to get braces, and I have pretty, straight teeth. I just don't like the forced straight look that has like very defined edges of teeth to gum, and almost looks like it's like drawn in their mouths. And it just, I don't know. I don't particularly like it. That is my opinion. But I'm sure there are people out there who love it, and that's awesome. Go you. I'm sure there are people out there who have it as well. Go you. I think it's awesome. I mean, do you. That's your life. That's your body. Do what you want with it. And I'm sure it looks beautiful on you. So, with Olive here, I do want to talk about the fact that I use gloves quite often, but we don't have a lot of colors for gloves that match anything that EA gave us. So I did a lot of like white gloves, and you'll see that I do kind of change it with some of the other colors that she has. But white gloves are going to be a big thing that you see through here. And then I didn't even see in the, what is it called? The Cool Kitchen or the bakery DLC, something along those lines. They gave us like latex gloves, which I have not seen until just now. So when that came in, I have no idea. If you guys know, please tell me, because I feel like that's new. And I would have seen them before, but I have never seen them in my life. So that was fun to find, which is another great bonus to me doing base game only content for right now, because then I kind of see all the new free things that we've been given for EA updates to The Sims, because I know we've been given a lot of hair, we've been given jewelry, we've been given clothes and stuff like that. And when you have a lot of CC, you don't get to see all of those things. So of course, there's plenty to scroll through now. Like, you can see the slider get bigger and smaller depending on what I choose, but you don't always get to see everything. And now I actually get to see everything that we are given with all of the DLCs that I currently own, and everything that is base game, because that's all I have to use. So it's been really cool. It's been super cool to see the new things that are added, and the new things that weren't there when I played base game a long time ago. So it's been really fun. And I don't know about you guys, but I just don't think there's enough. Like, yeah, we have a lot of accessories and jewelry and stuff like that, but I don't think that there is enough, because there's definitely a very big theme among the jewelry. Is it's very big and very chunky. We don't really have anything dainty. We don't have anything that's kind of simple. And I wish that we would get more, which is another reason why I use CC, is for those jewelry pieces that we're missing, because I love to accessorize Sims as much as I can when it comes to ears and the neckline. I'm not very good at it for bracelets and rings and stuff like that, just because I don't personally wear them. So I um what's the word? So I don't really know how to put it onto other people, but I am learning. I'm learning a lot through these as well, because I'm not a very stylistic person. So trying these different themes is really challenging, but also kind of eye-opening of like, oh, okay, like this would be in that. This would kind of look like that. This would go well with this, which is quite fun. And then, of course, like trying to make sure that I choose the right colors because I don't have the color filter on Sims. Because I don't think, if I remember correctly, which let me look right now, I don't think Sims has a, what is it called? A color blindness mode, like a lot of other games are starting to provide. Which honestly, as somebody who is colorblind, it is very helpful, especially for games like Helldivers. I don't know if you play Helldivers, but that is a very chaotic game. And if you guys would like to see me panic, like you watched when I would play Once Human, I mean, let's do it. I will definitely do it for you guys, but it is a game that is very, 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 very stressful. But it does provide color blindness options, and the color blindness options on there are very nice. Everything is very different. I can see all the colors. When people look at my screen, they're like, SIMplieSims, what's wrong with you? Why does your screen look like that? Why are your colors like that? And then I have to remind some of them that I'm colorblind, or somebody who has known me for a very long time knows that I am colorblind. So they'll see it and like, oh, okay, so that's why you have 4 shades of purple and yellow, instead of the rainbow that we are typically given, which the rainbow that you guys are typically given is what I believe is like red, blue, green, and yellow. If I'm wrong, let me know. Those are just the colors that I think they are. um, but I could be completely fucking wrong. So yeah, just let me know. What else? What else was I gonna say? So I did for her activewear, I did writing crop wear. What, I'm not exactly sure what the term is. If you guys know what it is, let me know. Just because I don't want to say the wrong thing and give him misinformation. But I gave her like the long sleeve shirt with the jockey pants, and I gave her boots as well. And then I decided that I was going to give her some like elegant bedwear, just because why not? I mean, she's a princess. She's got to, wear luxury, so I'm sure she wears luxury to bed as well. And I didn't want to keep with the very, very light pink. I wanted to kind of gravitate between the 2 colors that I can see, because the very light pink I can't, but this I can, and this is pink to me. So we stayed with this. I thought these matched very well. I'm sure that they probably do not. But I thought they looked very nice together. The colors were very nice. And so I chose the little bonnet because why not? She's got to protect her curls. And then party time is when I thought that she might, do her hair a little bit different, because she's going out to party. She doesn't want to look like a princess, so she's not entirely looking like herself. It's kind of like a incognito. So she straightens her hair, she does her edges, she does her makeup a little bit differently. Her jewelry is a little less flashy and royal. So that way she can go out and not have any issues with paparazzi or people knowing that it's her, kind of Jasmine style. And to go back to Sims, from what I see right now, currently there is still no setting for color blindness, which I assume it would be in accessibility, and there's nothing in accessibility. I don't see anything in any of the other settings. So I hope that they include something like that. I don't know how it would work, but if they don't, it's not the end of the world. I've been playing Sims for decades and I haven't had a problem with colors. To my knowledge. So I don't think it's a big deal that there's nothing there, but I would love to see some inclusivity because EA and the Sims franchise has become very inclusive with LGBTQ and pronouns and stuff like that, and different cultures as well, which I absolutely love. And I think that would be very cool that they work on their settings a little bit for at least like colorblind. Of course, I know that there's mods out there that'll do that for you. But again, because we are only doing base game Sims for right now while we do this Create a Sim challenge, I just would like to see some inclusivity with it so it's base game only and people don't have to use mods to kind of get the accessibility that they are looking for. I'm grateful that my color blindness is not as awful as it could be because I know people with duertopia topnia to something. So there's red green, green red, and then blue green, something like that. I am green red. So I can see more red colors than I can see green colors, almost like cat vision, but it's very mild to the point where I can still see a lot of shades, but I'm not seeing 100% all colors that most people can. So I do gravitate more towards like green and blue colors, or very defined red colors just because they are easier for me to see. Very defined green colors are easier for me to see. But when they start getting mixed with like blue and red and blue and green, that's when I start to struggle. Or shades of red and green. Oh my God. I know that there's not very many colors that are really red and green, but since they cancel each other out on the color wheel, but those are a lot of big struggles for me. So what my eyes do is my eyes will go to the next shade equivalent of what I can see of that color. So for this, like the bralette is pink and then the sheer top, that is gray. I'm gray and white. I'm sure it's probably purple given the shade that it is. I'm sure that that is probably a purple or a pink. I'm also going off of the little color icon that is on Sims because I can see all of those colors that we are given on the color wheel for like select block colors. Some of them I can't, but I just click on them and see what is the closest shade to what that color is trying to be, and then I kind of base it off of that, which is where a lot of my color mix-ups come from. But yeah, I've also used the color filters a lot, so I know what clothes have what colors and what they look like and what square that is on the Sim catalog as well. So there's that too of my little cheat sheet. Which is, I mean, they haven't really used a lot of inclusivity for color blindness for a lot of things. So that is genuinely just the tool that I've been using throughout my life is to either do shade matching to something that I can already see or just say fuck it. And if the color doesn't match, the color doesn't match. So yeah. We did her party outfit, which I thought looks beautiful. And then we have her pool outfit that's a little bit more modest. Her hot outfit, I kept it very modest as well, or at least I tried to keep most of her outfits pretty modest. But her hot, I wanted to make it short, but I didn't know how to do that very modestly because I didn't like all of the skirts that we have, and I didn't want to put her in shorts because I feel like she was definitely a dress girl. So I wanted to find something that was like a nice flowy skirt that had some color. Like a lot of this is gray, fun fact. Or white. A lot of it is gray or white. But I couldn't find something that I felt worked for her for the hot outfit, because I mean, we have these beautiful tops now with a lot of these different base games and such, but I just don't think that they really were, you know, princess themed or giving off princess. So I found this red top, this red top, and I wanted to do shorts with it, just because I couldn't find a skirt that really matched for what I was looking for. But then as I was looking at the shorts, I was like, would a princess really wear that short of shorts if she's trying to be modest? So I let it sit. I did her gloves, which I thought would be lace because it's hot. She wants something breathable. And then I gave her her wedges, which I thought were really cute and matched her shirt and her hat. And then I just said screw it and dressed her up with those loose pants that kind of look like skirts. That's what my brain said, is like those really flowy pants that when you kind of have your legs closer together, it looks like a skirt. That's what I thought those pants were, and I thought that they were perfect. So that is my idea of choice behind that. And then for cold, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I wanted her to have these large curls because why not? I think that they look very nice. Of course, I'm sure she probably does rollers, and that's where she gets this hairstyle, and I'm sure rollers are a lot safer for colder hair, or colder weather for her hair, just like how I would do protective styles for my hair during the winter, because curly hair and water and cold don't mix very well. So that's where I kind of had that idea with her having this hairstyle for her cold weather outfit. And then I did like the gray and I'm going to assume lavender. It is a little bit more white to me than gray and purple, but you know, it looks nice. So here we have Olive Hayden. I said that she was her last remaining on her throne, and she's trying to figure out if she wants the royal lifestyle still, or she just wants to be a civilian. Again, if you guys want to have me re-upload her with CC when I am able to do CC again, please let me know. The simulation is over, but the fun never stops on SIMplieSims. Subscribe.